All right, another year, another summer game fest. This year is going to be probably the most different out of all the years that I've covered Summer Game Fest. Welcome to the state of play coverage when it comes to Sony. I totally forgot that it was happening uh, not even 12 hours ago. When it came to state of play, I'm up nice and early around 3 a.m. to get this recording done and everything like that. But the reason why this year is different is because last year when I was pretty much covering uh, Summer Game Fest 2024, we only had one kid. Now we have two kids, and it's been quite a hectic year and everything like that. But however, I'm going to try and cover the majority of it live as usual. We usually try and stream the coverage of Summer Game Fest and anything kind of like that, or live and everything like that. So that way we can talk to people either through Discord or chat and everything and get a lot of other people's opinions. Since I am recording the state of play for June 4th, um, I don't really have a bingo card or anything ready for it or anything like that. So none of that fun stuff, but I will be trying to take notes of what games kind of got my attention and everything like that as well. So I will have a separate kind of like a note file and everything, so that way I can kind of write down like, ooh, this game looks good. I'm gonna really enjoy that. So I'll have that ready. But yeah, any games that or any events, any showcases and all that that I can't cover live, if for some reason I have like a hard cutoff point at some time, either on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I think it goes all the way to Monday because I'm trying to remember if Microsoft is on Sunday or Monday. But yeah, whatever day that is, yeah, that'll be the time where either Xbox or PC gaming show is going to be the hard cutoff of the coverage. As usual, I may or may not actually. I think last year, and I guess Laura remembered. I didn't remember, but Laura remembered that I'm probably not going to cover the PC gaming show, mainly because it's so long and there's a lot of boring just exposition when it comes to the PC gaming show. Even though I've covered it every year since the beginning, it's probably one of those showcases where there's a lot of like just a rinse and repeat kind of games that kind of go into that we've already seen or we know about already. And there's a few things, of course, that usually appear in the PC gaming show. But yeah, I think the software, maybe the hard cutoff is going to be Xbox games showcase this year, but we'll see. Yeah, nice little heads up for you guys. Without further ado, I'm going to play this and see what Sony has for us for Summer Games Fest. And make sure everything is top-notch quality. We're gonna make sure at least 1080. Since we are oh yeah, I would say streaming this, but we're not streaming this. The video, or do I need to like put it on auto? Alright, I'm gonna put it on auto just in case. I think it'll figure itself out. It is a very more than an hour-long video.
running through our veins. Heartbeat, love is making waves. Emotion, running through our veins. Heartbeat,
What is it doing?
love is making waves. I'm facing my fears, not backing away.
You know what I'm gonna do?
I'm facing
I like how this is not even live and it's already freaking out. Typical Summer Game Fest shit. I'm gonna refresh it. Did it restart it? Full screen? What's going on? There it goes.
emotion, running through our veins. Heartbeat, love is making waves. Emotion,
Is this Lumens or Luminous? Are they
heartbeat,
bringing back Luminous?
love is making waves. I'm facing my fears.
So I think that used to be a very big thing for Sony when it came to like musical input game.
I'm facing my
Oh yeah, it's like the whole kind of yeah. I remember this game. So they're bringing that back.
We're touching skin to skin. The bodies that we're in. We're feeling everything. We're only human. No superheroes can save us all in the end. We'll break away with it. We're only human. Emotion running through our veins.
Lumens.
Love is making waves.
So we got Lumens Arise for fall 2025. Oh, PlayStation VR 2.
Hello from Enhance. I'm Tetsuya Mizuguchi.
ディレクターの石原隆です。ルミネスアライズのトレーラー楽しんでいただけたでしょうか。この秋、PlayStation 5、PSVR2 対応で発売予定です。ルミネスアライズはバラエティ豊かな曲と美しいビジュアルが没入感を高め、いつまでも遊びたくなるゲーム体験となっています。その世界はとても心地よく、プレイヤーを共感覚の世界へと導きます。
まあよくある普通のパズルゲームってことだよね。テトリスエフェクトを一度遊んだことがある人は分かると思いますが、ルミネスアライズはただのパズルゲームではありません。
夏にシングルとマルチプレイの体験版を配信予定です。ぜひ皆さん手に取って遊んでみてください。
Thank you and enjoy the rest of State of Play.
Yeah, I don't have any expectations for anyone this year. It's been so chaotic this year that I haven't really been thinking about like what I want to see from anyone. I've been so tired, so
It isn't
busy.
just a dream. It's a promise. One we're turning into reality. With our third generation of Luna filament and advanced generative AI,
Wait a minute.
we're
Is this
reshaping the line
That one
between
game that was
dreams
shown
and
off
reality.
years ago
We create life.
with the little
For
girl and
our
the guy in the
future.
spacesuit.
Delphi Corporation.
This is like an ad for the corporation.
Let's see about getting paths through to Earth.
And why are these things trying to kill us?
Whatever happened to that game? I know it got delayed. Yeah, it is. So is he an android? Or cyborg? Yeah, because this was a Capcom game that just
I am DI03367. They are
been having a
playing
hard time.
Hang on a second.
I know she is not human. She looks adorable though.
Get behind me.
I think I can help.
Targets identified. Neutralize.
God, we actually got some gameplay for this game.
Neutralize us?
Looks like we're gonna have to fight our
I
way
forgot the name of this game.
What the?
Bypassing first and second firewalls, hooking control protocols. Initiating hack!
Finally, we got some gameplay. Do we have a release date finally?
D.I.
I
Pragmata.
said I am
Okay, okay. Look, how about we call you Diana?
That fits.
Anna?
Or Diane. Oh yeah, that was the last message. 2026. I hope so. This game has been through a little bit of development hell, but it's looking promising. 2026. Well, that's good. That's one less game to think about for this year.
Oh, hey, today is Saturday, which means curry time.
Awesome, I love curry!
Speaking of curry, apparently the current president is actually a humane.
What does that mean?
It's okay, I'll get it.
Fun curry time!
Romeo! Romeo, stay with me.
Grandpa,
What the fuck?
Romeo, listen up. You're gonna die in about 15 seconds.
seriously?
Seriously, don't worry. I made this just in case. The dead gear life support system. Don't move, okay? You're already half dead. From now on, you're half dead man. No, wait, that's pretty lame. Dead man. From now on, you're dead man.
Romeo is dead man. Oh, this looks like a really weird game. Is this Capcom as well? It has that Dead Rising feel to it. At least when it comes to the look of it. It looks way weirder than a Dead Rising team has ever done. You know what? I kind of like what I see. Oh yeah, it's gonna have a bunch of different things. Romeo is dead.
Is a dead man. Coming 2020.
A dead.
Maybe.
Huh? That was Grandpa's voice. Are you like a spirit?
I'm on your back.
What?
皆さんこんにちは。グラスホッパーの役者の須田剛一です。いえいえ。皆さんトレーラーどうでした？グラスホッパーの久々の新作ロミオイザデッドマンです。このゲームはですね、主人公のロミオがロミオスターゲーザーという名前なんですけどかっこいいでしょ。時空犯罪 FBI 捜査官として、凶悪なですね指名手配犯をさまざまな時空に飛んで倒していくそんな、ブラッディなアクションゲームとなっています。そして今回はですね剣だけじゃありません、銃も使えます。ストロングスタイルのアクションゲームとして、チーム一丸となって頑張って作ってます。そしてなんで、タイトルがですねロミオなのにデッドマンなのか、それは皆さんぜひ続報をお待ちください。プレイステーション30周年過ぎちゃいましたけどおめでとうございます。それでは引き続きステートオブプレイをお楽しみください。
What's going on with my setup right now? Everything's freaking out. Ooh. Yeah, this is Silent Hill Forte.
珍しいね。今は誰かと喋りたくて。
Yeah, I can write this
私は
down.
後から行くね。
Silent
じゃあね。
say
裏切り者。
technically Forte though. I don't even need to make notes with Silent Hill Forte. I just know I'm on already excited for it. It's the most promising Silent Hill project they have so far, other than the one that released
私の悪いおばあちゃんまでいないなんてこんなの絶対に変誰もいないし気味の悪い怪物がうるつき回ってるしいや
This looks dope. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, yeah. That already looks fucking creepy. Oh, what the hell? Looks like a grapple death animation when you're low on health.
ひなこどこにいるのひなこはいいよね何でも持ってるそんなあんたがいなくなってくれるんだからせいせいする一人は嫌だよ寂しいよ
Dude, imagery looks fucking wild.
ずっと一緒だよって約束したよね暗いのは嫌一人ぼっちは嫌
It's guaranteed you have to play this in Japanese.
錯誤
I don't think it'll be the same playing this game in any kind of other language. Looks like it's based in Japan.
裏切り者
Original voice actors are from Japan. We should do that. We're playing this game in Japan, in Japanese. September 25th. That is this year, baby. Yo. Okay, that's going on the wish list. Is
The
this
castle has been sighted
Bloodborne 2?
The church's
You know
rules
that's
are
the
absolute.
joke.
These
Bloodborne
human
2?
sacrifices must be stopped. We will track the ethereal castle, break its gates,
Oh no.
and exterminate the creatures that dwell within.
Is this supposed to be Castlevania, but co-op?
Itself will fall by our hand. This mission will test the limits
I
of
hope this is not a Castlevania game because it doesn't scream
face
Castlevania.
horrors beyond your darkest imaginings.
New IP. New IP. Not Castlevania.
Creatures born of pure darkness.
Thousand Blossom! Die
Wait a minute. Is that the other IP from the original creator of Castlevania?
With me! Cross Reaper!
Tonight, we start our mission!
Huzzah! Bloodstained, yeah, that's what I thought. I still need to play the first two games. The one old school one, and then the Bloodstained, Curse of the Blood Moon.
So you've come, dogs of the church. Right.
Well, I know General's gonna be excited for this game. I don't know anyone else in my community that likes Bloodstain.
The visuals of Shinjuku that I'm seeing are a hellscape I can't quite put into words.
Bandai Namco.
You've somehow been sent back in time 8 years. But the situation here is critical.
This is what I think it is.
I'm counting on you, Agent.
Oh, it's Digimon. Okay, never mind. Nope.
Our ultimate mission is to uncover the causality between these anomalies.
What is going on with Digimon these days?
Electron life form.
I have no clue what's going on with the universe of Digimon.
Who exactly are you working for? I remember you guys.
Who or what is that?
You really don't know anything about the digital world?
We have been enemies for years now, but this is the first time the Titans have launched an attack on this scale.
We now believe most of the anomalies we've been dealing with stem from Digimon.
It seems the upcoming battle is truly unavoidable.
The world on this end is running out of time.
If the gate is opened with the digital world in such a state,
I think the last time I dived into Digimon was early 2000s, when I was like still in middle school or something.
That egg is very important!
I have no clue what the fuck's going on in Digimon.
The World Tree has been attacked.
Funny thing is, I don't think I've played any of the games. I just watched the anime.
we must protect the world from them. For this purpose and this purpose alone were you born.
If that thing opens, then we'll be swarmed by Digimon.
Attack!
Please, everyone, lend me your strength.
Everything's riding on
to
you.
move forward into the future.
We must fulfill our mission. Agent.
October. Oh, Square Enix. Third studio.
Oh, Father, abandon not your wayward children of Ivalice, but deliver us from our sins, that we might know salvation.
Is this a
If you feel wrong, blame yourself or the Father.
Why do you fight? Why walk this path of subterfuge and conflict?
The powerful must rule the weak. It is our duty.
Heavens fall upon your crown!
This vile
Final Fantasy Tactics? Or no? Is it something else? Yeah, okay, it's Final Fantasy Tactics.
Do you remember when your father showed us how to make a whistle of a blade of grass?
The classic and enhanced edition, or ways to play the game. All right, cool.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean Benson.
And I'm Sid Schumann, here to deliver news and release dates for games coming to PS5 later this year.
We hope
Yes,
you
we've
enjoyed
seen
that
these
first
games.
look at Final Fantasy Tactics: The Ivalice Chronicles. The game will include 2 versions of the original PlayStation Classic. The enhanced version, which features improved graphics, fully voiced dialogue, refined gameplay, and much more, as well as the classic version, which brings a faithful recreation of the 1997 original to modern consoles. Final Fantasy Tactics: The Ivalice Chronicles launches on PS5 and PS4 September 30th, and will be available for pre-order later today.
Just don't release it near, you know.
This next game is something
GTA 6.
really special. When I first played it, I laughed so hard I almost barfed. Let's check it out.
But is there going to be just toilet?
Toilet?
Yeah, I just sorry.
Oh shit! Get baby steps.
Normal.
Yep.
Bad.
Hey, just go behind this bush. I'll wait.
I actually played this game.
He shy.
No.
Yeah, no, you don't want me watching.
You can watch.
In baby steps, all you have to do is carefully place one foot in front of the other.
Yeah, because
which
this
is
is
easier
supposed to be open worldish.
Character Nate requires some pretty deliberate movement to make even the simplest progress. It's a captivating open world experience filled with oddball characters.
Here we go. Knock up. Oh, no. You found it even without a map. The best toilet on the mountain.
Oh, good.
Definitely check this one out when it comes to PS5 on
September 8th. Oh boy. Yeah, I'll be playing that game.
Is a unique unique action
Of course I
adventure
will.
title from Bandai Namco Studios Singapore.
Origami.
In this journey to save your origami home, you'll transform into paper shapes with distinct abilities, including a paper airplane,
I like the aesthetic.
a nimble frog, a hardy armadillo, and a powerful ape. Master the art of folding when Hirogami arrives on PS5 later this summer.
Man, what the fuck, September? What the hell are you doing, Sony? Stop releasing your games all in September.
Thanks, Sean. The Hot Shots series has been with PlayStation from the very beginning. In its latest installment, Everybody's Golf Hot Shots boasts its largest character roster ever. Compete in courses from 10 different
I'm only gonna get one of the games in September, sorry.
each with weather effects and new nighttime variants. Pre-orders begin later today. And those who do will get Bandai Namco's iconic Pac-Man as an early unlockable character. Everybody's Golf Hot Shots drives onto PS5 September 5th.
What the shit?
Ninja Gaiden Ragebound is a challenging new entry in the long-running action franchise.
Sony, so what you're telling us is
makers
to
of
be
the
very
Blasphemous
choosy on what you get in
Ragebound stars
September.
dual protagonists from rival clans, forced to combine their souls and skills against a demon uprising. And longtime fans will really love the pulse-pounding soundtrack featuring guest composers from the original series.
This game looks
Ninja
nice.
Gaiden Ragebound arrives July 31st on PS5
It's like
and
the
PS4.
old school Ninja Gaiden with a little bit of a modern day aesthetic.
From the game
Oh
makers,
yeah, I was wondering
Cairn
when
is a
this game was
survival
ever going to
climbing
come out.
experience where you must carefully plan your ascent up a deadly mountain. Manage balance and stamina to discover secrets.
Hey! Hey, wait for me!
Encounter other climbers.
I'm Marco. Nice to meet you.
I'm gonna play the shit out of it.
And survive the harsh conditions of the climb.
I mean, probably play the shit out of it until we beat it.
You can give it a try yourself with a demo that arrives later today.
Ooh, demo. Oh, I might have to check that out.
That's all from us, but there's
Do a
still a
peek
lot of
play of
state
it.
of play to come.
Do the demo.
This next reveal comes from the game preservationist at Digital Eclipse. Nothing can prepare you for their next collection, arriving later this year.
We knew pretty early on that the game was fun to play. People were excited about it.
The most rewarding part of it is just seeing people react to it.
We knew that we were onto something.
Was this
It was such a
documentary?
shock to see this game. I was like, I can't believe this game exists.
It became something that added to the mystique of Mortal Kombat fatality.
We're showing you a part of a world that is much larger.
So it's the overall collection of
No
Mortal Kombat.
template to make the games. It's a bit of the Wild West.
My favorite still is Mortal
Every
Kombat 2.
part of that game is an expression of who we were and what we wanted to do.
Flawless victory.
Mortal Kombat 2 is probably still one of my favorite Mortal Kombat games. Probably because it was my first. I've, of course, played the first Mortal Kombat, went back in time. Well, back in time and played that one. But yeah, Mortal Kombat 2, hands down, my favorite Mortal Kombat. This new hit pad, hitbox. Oh, it's not a hitbox, it has an analog stick though. It's a fight pad.
Patrol here. We have evidence of an enemy intruder. Commence alert formation.
Yes. Metal Gear Solid 3.
That guy?
Snake Eater. Delta.
Where did he go? We've lost sight of the enemy.
I'll probably play this too, even though I shouldn't.
Enemy position unknown.
Loading like this? It's a revolution.
All right, Commander. Baby. Take this. Here comes another one.
You won't get away from me!
Time for you to taste some real pain.
What's the matter? I'm over here.
It's like, yeah, if you played the original, you should know what to expect. This is a lot of people's favorite Metal Gear, though.
What the?
The Ape Escape apes are back.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I'm kind of wondering if they're adding new stuff to the game. Oh. That looks kind of new. The fuck was that? This is a new camouflage system? At least when it comes to item.
Spirit stones. Shining stones imbued with humankind's never-ending dreams.
When I hear a British voice in a
Since
Japanese
time
game,
immemorial,
throws me off every
this
time.
power has been the impetus for human wars.
He met Ninja's next project.
Such an ominous
Neo?
and one thick with the presence of Aratama.
It's like Neo 3. It looks like Neo. Third Neo game. Went back to their
What makes a shogun?
Previous IP.
Here is my answer.
Neo games are fucking difficult, man. You think Dark Souls is difficult? I think Neo games are harder. Oh, this might actually be Neo. Man. How big the world is? Is it like a little bit of open world?
How foolish of you to have entered the depths of hell.
Yep. Neo 3. Is it in September?
Who might you be, warrior?
Tokugawa Takechiyo.
Early 2026.
皆さんこんにちは、チーム忍者の安田です。戦国死にゲーシリーズの最新作「仁王3」をついに発表させていただきました。今作のアクションはシリーズおなじみの侍スタイルに加え、新たに忍者スタイルを追加、より多彩な戦闘を楽しめます。ステージもオープンフィールドとなり、探索や攻略の自由度や没入感が大幅にアップしています。本日よりプレイステーション5で体験版も配信いたしますので、ぜひプレイしてご意見をいただければと思います。
So that switch did we see? Do you change your gear and your build at the same time? Does your stats change? That would be interesting if you can have like two different like stat builds and gear. Probably not. It's probably just gear change.
The city really is. For me, it's all I've ever known. My whole world.
This is a PlayStation VR 2 game. Vertigo Games. It's gonna make you feel like you have vertigo.
This city's shadow. Free to take whatever I need.
It's usually the joke when it comes to VR games. It's like, oh, it's gonna make you feel like you have vertigo. Oh, is it a Thief game? It's probably not the actual IP Thief, but due to the fact you're playing as a thief. Oh,
This city
just Montreal?
hides many lost and legendary treasures. Locked away. Waiting to be found.
Who dare?
Waiting to be taken. But some treasures come with more trouble than others.
I thought I was dead.
What is a Thief game? I was joking. So this is Thief? What is going on with that IP, man? The last Thief game was terrible.
Are you there yet?
The Thief IP is like on and on.
Cure, but she's keeping it safe in her tower.
Ooh, very colorful.
You got some hosen?
Marketland seems a bit tense today. I heard something happen with another Tidewalker. Damn it. It's gone. Someone beat us to it.
Oh, a multiplayer story.
Flood. Elland, my dear planet.
All right, you lost me.
Plastemia has taken everything from us. But you Tidewalkers are all connected.
Hey, you! Stop right there!
And it's up to you now.
Yeah, sorry.
To use that power.
I mean, it's probably a cool concept, but
Marauders! This is our new recruit!
it's gonna be reliable
Please, help me.
for multiplayer. So, sometime in the future, you're not gonna be able to play this game. The server shut down and all that. Probably not gonna be able to play it.
Will you help us?
If I can't play this game like 10 to 20 years down the line, then I don't care for it. Ooh, I like that. Well, at least that's not September, February of next year. Astrobot.
I'm Nicholas Ducey, the game director of Astrobot. It's a pleasure to be back today to share more news with you.
More
For
updates?
the last few months, it has been in the world of Astro. Astrobot launched last September to such encouraging feedback.
Oh yeah, it's only been, hasn't even been a year. Holy
In October,
shit.
we added 5 speedrun levels, followed by a Christmas special packed with festive surprises. And then earlier this year, the Vicious Void Galaxy made its appearance, adding yet more new challenging levels, all of which came at no additional cost. And today, I am pleased to announce that later this month, you will be able to enjoy 5 brand new challenge levels in Astrobot.
Yeah, they're just doing more updates for
To a
Astrobot.
whopping 90 planets. And new special bots will be there too, including Atsu from Ghost of Yotei, alongside other fans' favorites, but these ones are a surprise. And finally, the Astrobot DualSense wireless controller will return later this year, with a slight twist, so be on the lookout for more news coming soon. From all of us at Team Asobi, thank you all for the amazing reception you gave our game, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Oh no, mannequins. Own worst enemy.
My old man always said to me, he told me to get a ship.
It's a weird pirate game.
He also clear,
Let me guess. Is it multiplayer?
just got a ship.
It has that multiplayer, like,
Memories go, memories stay.
weird. If it's a single player game, I'm totally looking for it.
Standing on the beach
Is
all
that,
day. Whoa, 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 whoa.
is that level 7? So I'm wondering if that's it's an RPG. Oh, it's definitely not. It's very like alien-esque. aesthetic of this game actually looks pretty cool. It's an RPG? What the fuck? Is it turn-based? With like real-time like ship combat? So it looks like your character's a mannequin. It looks like everyone's a mannequin. Of some type of puppet. I guess they're like puppets in a fantasy pirate world. I just can't tell if this is multiplayer or not. It might just be a single player like RPG. Sea Remnants? Sea Remnants? I'm assuming. Sea Remnants? Let's see. I'm gonna put it on the list. Talk about that later. Sea Remnants is a like food, journey. We kind of saw a little bit of this game last year. It's another game with a pretty cool aesthetic to it. You're kind of like riding a jet sword. I don't know, it kind of has that Journey vibe though. Mainly probably because it's in a desert and stuff.
Hi everyone, I'm Kristen Zatani. That was a new look at Sword of the Sea, a visually striking adventure from the team behind Abzu and Pathless. We're excited to announce that Sword of the Sea will launch this summer
same company.
into the PlayStation Plus game catalog.
It's like their adjacent competitor.
On June 17th, Remedy brings otherworldly action to game catalog
FBC
Firebreak. In this cooperative FPS set in the paranatural world of Control, you and two fellow agents must confront and contain the reality-warping chaos found within the oldest house.
This is Remedy's first
Fun in short
shooter.
bursts or deep dives, FBC Firebreak launches day one into game catalog on June 17th.
They're no strangers to shooters, but I think this is their
The
first
PlayStation
first-person
Plus
one.
Classics catalog welcomes several new titles this summer. The PS2 version of legendary immersive sim Deus Ex arrives June 17th.
Okay.
In July,
Oh shit!
Twisted Metal 3
My
and
favorite Twisted
4
Metal is
join
on
the
there.
service just in time for the second season premiere of Twisted Metal, which
It's-
arrives July
it's
31st
Twisted
in
Metal
select
4.
countries, including Peacock.
Yes, I know. There's not a lot of people that like the fourth Twisted Metal, but
Two of
it is my
Capcom's most
favorite.
beloved games from the original PlayStation are set to join the Classics lineup. Resident
have
Evil
to
2 and Resident Evil 3 will arrive later this
Oh, the
summer in the
classics.
Classics catalog. Additionally, Myst and Riven will arrive later this month as part of the Days of Play celebration, running now through June 11th. Days of Play is a 2-week event that includes
My
bonus
question
PlayStation
is,
Plus
why
content
weren't
drops,
these
great
like
deals on software and
in the
hardware,
classic
and more.
catalogs day one?
Visit
At
PlayStation
least
blog and
Resident Evil.
PlayStation.com for full details.
It's like they're just emulation ports,
Cut
right?
their own rope to save him. He
You have
watched
to
them
stream
fall,
those games
then
anyway.
found his way off that mountain. He was 11 years old.
He then started a grand tour of every major
Oh shit, is this the James Bond game?
Always at the top of his class.
always at odds with authority. Same thing in the Navy.
His superiors all praise his instincts.
Those are
And all
actual
in need of
actors.
early retirement. Nobody knows what to do with
At least that
him.
guy. That guy's an
No.
actual actor.
And I suspect he
She might
feels
be
the
an
same way.
actual person too.
What he did in Iceland.
What he did in Iceland was insubordination. It was
What is this James Bond game called?
reckless. He only survived thanks to blind luck. Give me one good reason to put him in the program, Mom.
I think you just covered them all, Greenway.
I shouldn't put this on the list until I see some gameplay.
Bond
at least I
is a
don't know.
bullet without a target. Let's give him one.
It's a young James Bond. Just like James Bond early days.
Do you have an appointment?
The name's Bond.
James Bond. He's with me.
And you are?
Q?
We've had the pleasure.
Now let's not get ahead of ourselves, James.
Is this supposed to be Q? Or is that Q? I think that's supposed to be Q.
Shouldn't have.
It's like, please don't make Q into something that's not Q.
We're facing a situation of the utmost delicacy. I need all my pieces on the board.
009 is a master manipulator. Whatever the end game is, we won't see it coming.
It looks okay. I would like to see the HUD of the game, though.
Gets me every time.
She's not your friend, Bond. She's an asset.
With respect, Mom.
Oh, got the laser watch. Sweet. That ain't no Austin Martin. Or is it Austin Martin?
Tell me, what do you do, James? Lately, headhunting.
So it's interesting. It's an original James Bond that's not based off of any of the movies. First Light. I'm gonna make a note that is young
This is another
James.
teachable moment.
Oh, I'll look into it due to the fact it's IO Interactive, or IO Interactive. That's making it the guys that make Hitman. I'll keep an eye on that one.
Hello, I'm Hakan Abrak, CEO of IO Interactive. The team is thrilled to announce 007 First Light. You'll experience James Bond as a young air crewman in the Royal Navy. Before the tuxedo and the martinis, as he first steps into the world of espionage, striving to earn
So
his
this is
00
his early
status.
days.
Everyone at IO Interactive has poured their passion and dedication.
Has there been an announcement for a new James Bond yet?
Honors the legacy of Bond, harnessing our 25 years of agent
I
expertise.
mean, a lot of people want
This
Idris
is
Elba
just
to
the
be
beginning of our
the new
journey
James
with
Bond.
007, and we can't wait to share
At least
more
5 years
with you
ago.
soon.
It's like Idris Elba's getting up in those years. He's just going to be an older James Bond by the time he actually plays that damn role. I don't know who would be a good choice for James Bond these days now. It has to be a British actor, though. Or someone from the UK. It doesn't have to be like British, like mid-British. Because, Sean Connery was technically not British. Isn't he like Scottish? So we've had plenty of James Bonds that have not actually been British.
You're still with me?
This is Ghost of Yotai. I will write that down because I've been excited ever since the announcement of it. I don't even need to make any notes for Ghost of Yotai. I'm already down for it. Sucker Punch, man. They have not gone wrong ever since. I say ever since like Sly Cooper, man. They have not let me down. Is this like a Japanese Marvel game? Is it Oh, it's a Japanese. Okay, it's a fighting game. Oh, shit. Fighting game community. What do you guys feel about this game? Hey, it's Miss Marvel. Hey, I like her design. That's Spider-Man. It looks like a pretty damn good fighting game. So I wonder if all the Guardians of the Galaxy characters are gonna be in it. Oh shit! Ghost Rider. Speaking of a character Marvel's been sleeping on. Eric Von Doom. Storm. Hey, I like her design too. I like the art style. It's like a mix between anime and some of the actual like comic book style. So it's like it's a hybrid art style, and I kind of like it. It's clean. It's definitely Japanese-ified. Super Japanese. You know what? I might actually check this game out. If there's a fighting game I'll get into, a new IP would be pretty cool. Yeah. IP for fighting games. Yeah, this game looks sweet. Tokan. Fighting Souls. Marvel Tokan Fighting Souls. I'll put it on the list. That actually got my attention. I haven't played a fighting game in forever, but it's never too late to get back into it. I won't do it competitively, but I'll definitely play it too. Just, I don't know. I need to introduce my kids to like fighting games sometime in the future, and that seems like a pretty decent one.
プレイステーションの友人から急になんか飲みに行こうぜっていう連絡が来て、なんのこっちゃと思って。予定合わせて行ったんですけど、ちょっと飲んでる中で実はアクの方でマーベルの格闘ゲームを作ってみないかというような提案をいただきまして。
Speaking of fighting games, he's a veteran of the industry.
びっくりしましたね。で、世界的に本当に有名な IP ですし、光栄だなと思いつつも、まず本当にうちの会社で大丈夫かなという不安もあり。
I like the look of it. It looks really nice.
The inspiration for working on this project really came from a place of pure fandom and wanting to say, why isn't PlayStation in this space?
So PlayStation approached us with this vision to bring Marvel back to the forefront of the tag fighting genre. And that got us really excited because we had worked with them before on successful stuff like the Marvel Spider-Man franchise with Insomniac.
Man, that last Marvel vs. Capcom game was kind of a messy situation.
Hey, we're thinking about approaching a company like Arc System Works to make a fighting game. We'd love to partner with you to do this really great collaboration. Would you be interested?
When they named the developer, that really perked up our ears. It's always refreshing to work with a team that will take on the challenge of tackling Marvel, putting their own spin on it, and they're just uppercutting that challenge into the stratosphere. And that's what you get with this team. I mean, they couldn't make something boring if they tried.
社長からも本当に作れるんだったらぜひやりたいでっていうことを言われました。話を受けてしまった以上これは私がプロデューサーなのかなっていうところで。
The tricky thing is that most fans, including myself, see this as a sacred genre for Marvel. The tough part is finding a partner that's crazy enough to take on the task, because you either do something like this big and bold, or you don't do it at all.
I mean, either the game's going
to I have a good grasp on
be successful or it's going to fail miserably.
Certain IPs. You come in with your kind of own expectations of, here's what I would expect to see from Arc System Works when they take on a Marvel IP. And what came up was something that
Here's the thing.
went beyond that.
In order for this game to succeed, it's gotta make the fighting game community happy. If they're not happy with the game, your game's not gonna be
なん
successful.
となくマイケルさんの反応はあんまり芳しくなかった印象があって、まあ何がまずいのかなっていろいろこうやっぱり直接話していくうちにもっとアークのやりたいマーベルを見せてくれというような話をいただいたことがあって。
I remember personally the first time I saw Iron Man was really when I felt we had something special.
なので今回のアイアンマンのデザインを皆さんご覧いただければ分かると思うんですけども、かなりこう日本らしいアークシステムワークスらしいデザインっていうのが出てくるかなと思うので、マーベルの皆さんの反応がすこぶる良くて、
It's like kind of like an Ultraman kind of style
という
to
感じで。
Iron Man is supposed to be the sleek fighter jet, think luxury race car mixed with a brick house. And the fact that they added anime mech elements to him just felt really naturally at home.
One of the mantras that we have for this project is from Japan to the world, and really trying to take not just the IP but gameplay mechanics and say what can we really take from Japan, the creators that are doing awesome work here, and bring that to the global platform.
まあ特別なところいっぱいあるんですけど、まあ本当にやっぱり強調すべきは、まあ、格闘ゲームのチームバトルの中では4対4というのがまず本当に意欲的で挑戦的なところだというところと、
When ARK looks at these Marvel characters, it's not simply just the visuals, it's also the gameplay mechanics and adding in that, what is that pop, what is going to be something that's different. Up until now, you've seen tag fighters that have 2v2, 3v3. We felt like we just had to go 4v4. And in doing so, we found a lot of unique and fun ways to change up the gameplay that I think players are going to be very excited to see.
Party class.
まあ今回4対4というまあ革新的なところにチャレンジしている中で4キャラクター練習しないといけないんじゃないかと安心してください。
Learning
Like
four
Marvel
characters
vs.
is extremely
Capcom's
daunting, but the team at Arc
3v3.
System Works has found a way to design a system that adapts to your playstyle. So you can either duke it out as just the leader and 3 assists, or you can tag in your assists to swap the leader and change the matchup on the fly.
I don't think a lot of people thought this day would be here, would come. You know, this has just been an awesome journey, and I'm excited that we get to be able to share it with all the fans out there.
I'll tell you right now, a lot of fighting games, they never get to experience this level of production, and it's just a dream to even be working with these two great partners.
それは決してビジネスという枠組みではなくて、まあ、それぞれの強い思いの中でこのタイトルを成功させよう、いいゲームにしてファンに届けようと。
The 3 companies have come together to do this, and I think we really are going to make something magical here.
このタイトルですね、まだまだ開発途中ではありますが、続々とキャラクターも発表していきたいと思いますし、キャラクター以外のコンテンツというところも今後いろいろ出ていくと思います。今しばらく楽しみにお待ちいただければなと思います。Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Yeah, this looks promising. Definitely. I like how Doom, even though like he's an insanely strong character, not he still whips out a gun from time to time. Oh, is that it?
Take this.
Yeah, that was a pretty solid state of play this year.
Unavoidable.
At least when it comes to Summer Game Fest. The thing is, about half of the games that I'm excited for were already pretty much either shown off or announced at some point in time before this. At least being able to see a little bit of the James Bond game was pretty cool. And there's some new IPs I'll talk about after this all wraps up. I think it's done now, though. Pretty much. Unless they have one more announcement. I'm pretty sure that's it. You know, they have broadcast days to show more of these games. So, there you go. Oh, wait. Okay, no. I guess this was... Okay, never mind. I thought it was later broadcast days. Like, no. That was yesterday. They didn't have any... I don't think they had any follow-up broadcasts showing off these games even more and all that. Alright, we're going to go to Cam only. And all that, and talk about some of these games. Move my notes. Okay. So, first things first. It was a decent, state of play. I have about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, at least 10 games that are very promising. So when it came to Sony, hey, 10 games they shown off that either they were either recently new or they've been shown off before. Either way, getting to see more stuff to be excited for. That's 10 more games that is going to be possibly played in the channel. Maybe not the Marvel fighting game, the Token game, but I don't know. It depends. I mean, by the time I play the Marvel fighting game, I'm probably gonna hopefully be done with the future games list because this year it's been very chaotic. I've been also trying to hardcore tackle the future games list that I've been tackling ever since I started streaming, and we're almost there. I'm at the point to where I almost can't scroll down the list. It's nice, but yeah, I won't talk about that too much. But yeah, so one of the first games that they showed that I was excited for was Pragmata. That is the game with the little girl and the spacesuit guy and everything like that, or the little robot girl, android girl, whatever she is. Yeah, I've always been excited for that game because ever since they first shown it, it looked like it had a lot of promise. It's Capcom and all that, and it looked really cool. And now we got to see a little bit of gameplay for it. And although it's still, pretty far away, 2026, they don't have a month or a day. At least they seem to be a little bit more closer to finishing the game. So due to the fact they're showing off gameplay now, it looks to be closer to release. So that is something to look forward to and be excited about. The next one is Romeo is a Dead Man. That is the Japanese kind of like hack and slash. It's very weird aesthetic and just weird things going on. The way they introduced the game, like right off the back, was like, "Is this a satire? What is going on in this game?" So that game looks very promising. I just like my really weird games too, but not only that, the weird aesthetic kind of got my attention. The actual gameplay itself actually looks really good. Due to the fact it's hyper violence as well. We don't get enough of those games, even though a lot of people don't like hyper violence and gore and all that. If you do it correctly, the game will actually, you know, it'll benefit from that depending on the game itself. And it seems like it's one of those games that will benefit from, well, hyper violence and stuff like that. So I don't know, we'll see. We'll see when it comes out or it gets closer, and we'll see a little bit more gameplay. Most likely, maybe either further on in Summer Game Fest or maybe later this year. Next game on the list, when it came to the games I'm excited about that was in state of play, is of course Silent Hill Forte or Silent Hill F for some people. Yeah, due to the fact they're going strongly in that Japanese route, but also, you know, at least when it came to the original 3 Silent Hill games, there's always been somewhat of a Japanese influence due to the fact it's always been a Japanese team working on a game that is based in a Western province. Doesn't matter if it's like America or not, usually, based in America, but made by a Japanese team. And you can feel that. And this one, though, however, is being made, of course, by a Japanese team, but is based in Japan. And so they're going to throw in their Japanese horror into a Japanese environment. And I am down for that. The aesthetic of like the flowers and the fungal, it seems like it's almost in a weird way. It's like nature being parasitic, but there's also really weird, like body mutilation, and like where people are killed and they're placed in like a mannequin-esque or scarecrow kind of style and everything like that. There's a lot of things going on with this game, but it's also one of those games where, when and if and when, probably going to be when I do a playthrough of Silent Hill Forte, it's going to be one of those games where I am going to be playing it in in the Japanese language, spoken language, but of course English subtitles because I can't speak Japanese. So I'll be doing that, and that looks right up my alley too. When it came to the combat that we saw, it looked like, I don't know if it was slightly along the lines of the newest Silent Hill 2 combat system, where it's kind of like a give and take, where you do like 1 or 2 hits or at 3 hits at maximum, and then afterwards you probably have to either dodge or something like that, or maybe there's a blocking system. But yeah, it seems like that at least somewhat resembling of Silent Hill 2's combat system, but hopefully it's better, because the one thing I had a problem with, at least with Silent Hill 2 remake, was its combat system. And it was, in a way, it was very heavily combat oriented, even though, you probably want to like avoid most combat situations and all that. As for me, I'm a person that likes to, kill everything in the area so that way you can explore and, enjoy the exploration and all that stuff. Like, the enemies are just an obstacle of me trying to explore and enjoy the environment. That's pretty much what it comes to when it comes to Silent Hill games. Maybe that's why I have a harder time in Silent Hill. It's like, yeah, you're technically not supposed to be focusing and, combat and all that, but it's like, hey, how about this enemy dies? That way I can enjoy exploring in a safe environment. Can I do that? So I don't know. We'll see when that gets closer to release and everything. Next game is going to be Baby Steps. It's the game that was made by the guy that made QWOP and Getting Over It. Yes, that guy. He has a, this game is, when did they first announce this game, Baby Steps? I think it was about 3 or 4 years ago. He's been working on it ever since with another either person or team. So it's no longer like a one person kind of game. It's actually being made by a team. He's probably like head creative director and all that. But he's I forgot who he's working with making that game. But however, due to the fact that I think they said this is going to be a open world from like beginning to end, to where you can go in any direction you want and all that, but most likely you probably want to go to whatever is visually like on point. Is like, oh, that looks like a destination I should go to. And due to the fact that it's also a game that has like NPCs that you're probably going to be talking to, I have a feeling that due to it's like open world and everything like that, you're probably going to have quests to do or like tasks. So it does make me wonder if it's going to have a menu system or like, some type of HUD system in place for Baby Steps where you can kind of keep track of all the tasks that you have to do. And they're probably very simple tasks. And due to the fact it's called Baby Steps, you probably go from very simple like quest and tasks to do all the way to like stupidly insane. Like, get to the top of the mountain. However, you have to climb little pebbles and somehow jump with your very stupid movement system. So, there's probably things like that. Like, it's in the name, Baby Steps, where, you go probably from the simplest shit, even though it's extremely hard to do the simplest shit in that game, to like parkouring Who knows? It's probably going to be ridiculous. It's probably going to drive everyone fucking nuts. Let's be honest. Baby Steps is going to make a lot of people pissed. But I'm excited for it. It looks cool. The next game is Cairn. That is the mountain climbing game that was announced. I'm trying to remember if it was announced last year or the year before that one, but really got my attention. It looked like a more complex mountain climbing game compared to, there was another game I did a peak play for, I think last year, that also was kind of like a climbing / mountain climbing kind of game. But it looks like it has a deeper climbing system and almost a survival system. I have a feeling you have to kind of like feed your character, keep her warm, rest. There's definitely a grip gauge and everything too, like a fatigue gauge for probably all your limbs and your hands and feet and back, and just your whole body probably has like a fatiguing system. And that looks very, that looks cool. I like that. But hopefully the survival mechanics also aren't too aggressive. So if there is like a hunger meter or a thirst meter, or of course there's a fatigue meter, but hopefully that isn't super aggressive and it's manageable and it doesn't take away from the experience of actually climbing the mountain itself. If that is all well and done and balanced correctly, it's going to be a pretty cool game to check out. So that's one of those games where I'm like super excited for too, because it's new, it's different, it has a really cool art style and everything too, and it looks like it's going to probably have a pretty decent story. So I'm excited for that. The other one on the list is well, I'm not technically super excited about it or anything like that, but I'll definitely play it because it is one of my other favorite Metal Gear Solid games, next to, not to be controversial or anything, but Metal Gear Solid 4 and of course Metal Gear Solid 5, even though Metal Gear Solid 5 was unfinished. And Konami, you know how Konami is. They fuck over the developers. They put their fingers in the pie a little too much. Other than that, Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater Delta, whatever the fuck the name is these days. That I'm probably gonna play. It's just not much to say when it comes to Metal Gear Solid 3. If you played the original, you know what to expect. They're probably gonna add some new stuff to it. The gameplay is pretty similar, but I think they said you can either go through the traditional camera or go 100% like third person camera behind the pack, or freeform camera. So you can do that, which is really cool. So yeah, I'm excited for it. It's gonna be a fun game to play. I know exactly what to expect, and it has one of the best scores in a Metal Gear Solid game of all time. So yeah, Snake Eater is my jam. So I'm excited to play that. Another one is Sea Remnants, or I think that's the full title, but yeah, Sea Remnants is the pirate game that's based in the fantasy world, and it looks like the characters are either puppets or what's the damn word? Mannequins. Hopefully not mannequins, or hopefully they're just puppets, even though mannequins are technically like, kind of puppets. They seem more puppets, marionettes in a way. That looks cool. I'm having a hard time figuring out if that was like a multiplayer game or not. But if it's not a multiplayer game, it looks like it's doing a couple really interesting marriages of genres. It's gonna have, ship combat that's, your pirate ships, your corsairs and galleons and stuff like that. But on top of that, there was a little hint of an RPG system, like a turn-based RPG system. I don't know if that's the case because we didn't get to see enough gameplay. But if that's the case, that's gonna That's going to be very interesting. It's like when you're off the ship and you get into combat, you go into this turn-based combat form style, and it looks interesting. I mean, due to the fact the world is super alien, but super kind of fantasy-esque. I don't know if it's based on any folklore or anything like that when it comes to the sea, but due to the fact it's a new IP and everything like that, I'm going to keep an eye on it. If it is told, if we're known that it is going to be like maybe strictly a multiplayer game and all that, it might come off my list. But I think for the meantime, though, I'm going to keep it on my list. So yeah, Sea Remnants is it looks promising. Another game that looked really good, promising, and is a very high risk is, of course, the James Bond First Light game. It's a young James Bond. It is a James Bond that is new. It's not based off of any of the James Bonds that we know of. They didn't confirm that either the girl or that older guy in the trailer when it came to James Bond being introduced to the gadgets and all that. Which one's Q? I'm assuming the older guy is Q, but I don't know. Maybe Q is the girl with the glasses. I don't know. But as long as I guess as long as they keep the character to the correct form of Q, I'll be happy. I don't care if Q is a girl or a guy, as long as they get that personality of that character down correctly, then we're good. I won't have a problem with it. But the personality has to be there. The character has to feel like the character. Same thing when it comes to this James Bond. Due to the fact that it is a young James Bond, an inexperienced James Bond and all that, it's not going to be as suave. He's not going to be as deadly. He's not going to be as experienced. So it's going to be like, it's probably going to have that weird, like, he's kind of like a tactical Nathan Drake in a weird way. Yeah, he's probably going to make a lot of mistakes in his like first missions and all that. But I have faith that IO Interactive, the guys that made, the Hitman franchise, it seems like it's in really good hands, and it's looking very promising. When it's further in development and everything like that, we see some straight up like 10 minutes to 20 minutes of gameplay that will probably seal the deal on if I really want to like play it, or I don't know, maybe I'll have to ghost the game at some point and all. We'll see. Speaking of ghosts, though, Ghost of Yotai. There's not a lot for me to say about it other than that I'm 100% behind the game, and I am pretty much looking forward to playing it. I'm a big Sucker Punch fan. It's the same developers that made Ghost of Tsushima. So I don't know. The controversy. That's the thing. It's in quotes. Controversy behind Ghost of Yotai doesn't make any fucking sense. And due to the fact that there's a 400-year gap between the games, I don't know if they're gonna try and tie in both of the games or anything like that. Due to the fact 400 years passed, I highly doubt they're gonna talk about what happened to Tsushima and all that. I highly doubt it. But they took a chance to go way in the future in Japan's history, and they of course had to make a new character, and they made the character a female character and all that too, like a female Ronin. I don't know what exactly she is. She just seems like, you could probably classify her as a Ronin or something like that. I mean that doesn't look bad. I mean, I'm always an advocate to have more female protagonists in video games and all that, and not your generic protagonist either. But it also has to make sense, and due to the fact we've seen trailers where, or at least, there are 2 or 3 available trailers for Yotai. There is telling her story. It's a revenge story, kind of like, in a way, Ghost of Tsushima technically is. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything's out of place. It doesn't look like they're stretching the veil of storytelling. So there's nothing to be upset about, at least when it comes to Ghost of Yotai, except that it's not Ghost of Tsushima and you're not playing as the main character from the first game. That's okay. It's like another new IP, but with the same kind of systems and mechanics that were, at least when it comes to the bones of that game. So, I think if you're a fan of Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yotai should be right up your alley. I don't know what would turn you off from that game, other than maybe the character being female. But dude, it's gonna have Ghost of Tsushima mechanics, and it looks like you're gonna have a wolf companion. What could go wrong? It looks pretty good. So, and you're gonna be in Yotai province, and more of along the lines in the mainland of Japan. So most likely the environment's going to be much bigger. Environment's going to look different too. You're going to have your mountain-esque regions and everything like that. But even though, like, Ghost of Tsushima was based on an island, they had like 3 distinct regions where, we had one region that had more of a green and lush environment and all that. Then you have another environment that was kind of in between, like the mountainous regions and everything like that, where a lot of it's war torn, but you also had like the bamboo forest and stuff like that as well. And the third environment was very mountainous and cold and everything like that. It's almost like a change of seasons, but it's more just along the lines of like stuff like that. So you're probably going to see that stuff in Ghost of Yotai as well. So, yeah, Ghost of Yotai, 100% behind it. I'm still, of course, being very defensive when it comes to any game that comes out. It's like, even though it looks promising, any development studio or just publishing corporation can drop the ball at any time. Yeah, we'll see. Last but not least is, of course, the Marvel Tokan. It's the that new fighting game that we just saw not too long ago. It looks really cool. The art style is almost like that mixed marriage between the designs of those Marvel characters in the comic books, but they put a Japanese twist to it and a little bit of the Japanese art style when it comes to manga and anime. But not too much though. They try and definitely keep that aesthetic of those characters, because if they make it too anime, it's going to turn some people off. But it's not the first time that characters have been depicted in the Japanese kind of format, where there's been anime. There's I think a good example is the Batman Samurai. I think it was an anime, and I think there was a manga / comic book for that, where what if Batman was in Japan, but also in the feudal Japan era, and they did a concept with that, and we saw how Batman was, but like a samurai / ninja. It's like, that looks fucking sick. So I don't know if that Batman killed anything, but and that's DC, of course. But the point is that it's not Japan's first time tackling Western made characters, superheroes, into the manga / anime style of things. But other than aesthetics and how it looks and all that, the gameplay does look pretty solid. I think the only way we can really judge it is, of course, see some straight up gameplay, see, their inputs on the screen and everything like that, see a few matches going on, see what's the flow of combat and everything. We probably want to see a couple fights with a couple different rotation of characters and everything, like character dynamics and things like that. Team setups would be really cool. What's the overall like fighting mechanics when it comes to, is there like an EX system and stuff like that in place? I think that's one thing that at least the fighting game community would probably be fairly interested in. It is is there like some type of heat system? Or is there a pairing system? Is there like perfect block to perfect, I guess dodging system if there is? Usually with a fighting game like that, it's like, nah, it's definitely gonna probably, at least from what I saw, it looks like it's gonna be a little bit more along the lines of Marvel versus Capcom, but a little bit slower pace and less chaotic compared to Marvel versus Capcom. Because if anyone has seen a match when it comes to Marvel versus Capcom 2 or something like that, you know damn well that game, it looks like vomit on screen at times. So I don't know if that would be the case with this one, but yeah, I've considered it definitely for the future that, if I'm going to introduce my kids to games or something like that, if they get into gaming, I'm not going to force them to get into video games or anything like that. But, if they show any kind of like interest in video games, I would like to introduce them to, certain fighting games and all that, even if they don't get into it at some point in time. I'll try and get a plethora of fighting games in the future that either they find fighting games either just enjoyable to play and just dick around in, and they could probably have like a fighting game where this is the fighting game they play to be competitive. So that way they can see both worlds of the fighting game, just world in general. Is that you have the competitive side, and then you have the social and just fun side of fighting games. And it doesn't always have to be competitive, but deep down, can't dance around it. Fighting games are meant to be competitive because it's usually 1v1. You against the person that's standing right next to you. But these days it's online, or if you're co-op, local play, it's going to be on a couch next to you or something like that. That type of stuff. So yeah, that was the state of play for Summer Game Fest 2025. It was, as I said, it was decent. Talked about all the games I wanted to talk about. I think the next Summer Game Fest coverage is going to, of course, be live. I'm going to be, pretty much tomorrow as I'm recording this. Tomorrow, going to be up nice and early to try and wrap up Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. That's the current game I'm playing right now. I'm going to wrap that up, and if I have the time to wrap it up. Let's be honest. I'm probably going to cut it either extremely close, or I'm going to have to cut off at like the last chapter or two before I actually wrap up Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Because I think around, it's either 2 or 3 o'clock my time, Summer Game Fest officially kicks off. So I got to be careful with that. But yeah, either way, I will see you guys in the next Summer Game Fest video. And as always, enjoy yourself.